Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morrisman, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to entitle this video Updates, kind of give you an idea of what's going on with my channel and what to expect and what's coming up. I guess the first thing I want to mention is the much anticipated disc number 7 of my DVD lessons, learn how to play rhythm guitar, is coming out next month. So I'm going to give you guys a little more information on that in the weeks to come. But it's going to be jam-packed full of stuff that's going to really kind of help your guitar playing, because as most guys or people know that are trying to attempt to play guitar, they go to a few guitar lessons and they're kind of disappointed as far as the direction that they're taking them as far as teaching wise. And they came in initially just to play some stuff off the radio, but somewhere along the line, you got to wait a whole year to learn how to play this stuff. And in the meanwhile, you're paying me $45 an hour, once a week or once every 2 weeks to learn stuff that I'm going to never play out in public. So I totally understand that, because I was there, many years ago. I remember that like it was yesterday. Was very excited about trying to learn, and they stagnated my creativity or my growth. So, I ran into a guy at the Conservatory of Music, and that's when kind of the whole concept of my learning how to play guitar DVDs came into existence. It cuts through all that nonsense. It eliminates or squashes some myths about things, about you got to do this before you can do that nonsense, which is not true. So, DVD number 7 is coming out next month, so I just thought I'd let you guys know. Also, I get a lot of these comments, because again, I know that everybody doesn't watch every single video that I post, but I get these comments a lot. I come back to your channel and all these videos are missing. What happened to them? Are you going to repost them? And let me reiterate again that, due to what's happening with YouTube, because they're cracking down on copyright recorded material, and which I understand, it's somebody else's legal licensed work. So therefore, they can do what they want, per their discretion. So I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when YouTube allow you to post it, then you get the backlash after you posted it. But hopefully they'll be able to resolve that issue sometime in the near future. But they're really cracking down as far as the copyright stuff that you post or music that's in the background. So therefore, I'm removing a lot of that stuff. And what I do on this channel is I might post it for 8 hours or a day or so you guys can look at it, download it, and keep it. But for those who don't know, that I do have another channel, and you can click on the link down there and it takes you to that channel. It's Morrisman 64-2. So a lot of the stuff, and not all of it, because I had over 3,000 videos, most of that stuff's just deleted and gone, because I just don't have time to try to store and keep it. I really don't have a need for me personally to keep it. I played it, I moved on. But for those who didn't get a chance to check it out, or just kind of work with it, some of those, and again I stress, some of those videos are on my new channel. For those who don't know that I have another channel, you can quickly click on the link and subscribe, because that channel is basically devoted towards what this channel used to be about, just posting a lot of covers. So you're still able to get some of that stuff in that other channel. So I just thought I'd let you know, because I think some people don't realize I do have another channel. And that channel, again, consists of a lot of the covers with the chords embedded in the videos. So again, you can check it out there. Again, this channel here is going to be more so about just having videos like this now, where I discuss things regarding music, or just the talk show thing. But you'll still be able to get a wealth of information as far as how to become a good guitar player, because what I'm going to do in disc number 7 is, as you know, I've been playing a little piano, and like I said, I stress I am not a piano player. I'm a guitar player, bass player, and some of the things that I do, on the keyboard, I've been really consulting with my keyboard players in my bands, and been doing this theory back and forth thing, and in my DVD number 7, I'm going to make a comparison as far as how easy it is to learn guitar versus piano, which I unfortunately can't go into right now in this video, but I'm going to devote a whole section towards that, because it's really important. Because in order to become a good musician, you have to understand the other instruments within your circle. Because I mentioned this in another video, you just can't be, I'm going to be a bass player and I want to know nothing about guitar or piano or drums. That's going to stagnate your growth tremendously. No one's asking you to become a prolific guitar player or keyboard player or drummer. Just kind of understand their importance in the band, because once you do that, you can really take off as far as your playing. Because again, I play several instruments. And the great thing about that is, and somebody mentioned it and I totally agree, the more instruments you can play, the better songwriter you become. Because a lot of times, or most of the times, when I start to write songs, one day I might just have my bass in my hand. I come up with a nice bass line. Then I build on it. I come up with chords, guitar chords, piano chords, drum beat. Or one day I might be playing guitar, come up with some chords. Then now I got to find a bass line, you know. So when you work with different instruments, you can really start to write more vastly, you know, because again, if you're just a guitar player, you know, you got to go get a keyboard player, say, what would you put on here, you know, being a keyboard player. Because what happens then, and it depends on the 2 people or 3 people, whoever, many involved. When you do that, you actually have to kind of cut the other person in as far as the songwriting credits, because they're the ones who came up with these chords, the piano chords. You know, so that's why it's kind of good to be able to play a little bit of everything, because you can come up with your own stuff. Now, like I said, I'm not a keyboard player, so when I do write stuff on keyboard, I go get quote unquote a keyboard player to play it in the studio. So that's how you can work that, as opposed to you don't really know nothing about kind of laying piano chords on a song that you're creating, and you got to bring in another guy who puts in his creativity, which is actually his. So now he has to be included in the writing credits and the royalties. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people all the time get together with other people and write. And, you know, but if you're trying to make it quote unquote your own exclusively, and only your name is, you know, up under the title, you know, it's a good idea to study a little bit of the other instruments. And again, I stress, and sorry for sounding like a broken record, you don't have to be a great secondary instrumentalist, you know, because again, my bread and butter is rhythm guitar. But again, I play bass and I play a little keyboards, and it helps with the writing, and it also helps with the understanding of my own instrument and how it fits in the mix of these other instruments. Because here's a quick story. I was in a band, and I was the only guitar player. Then the bass player brought in another guy who was going to be kind of, quote, the lead guitar player. So we already had a playlist, and when the guy came in, he was just basically playing my parts. Now, a good musician would say, you know what, well, this guy's doing this, let me add something else to complement it. And actually, that's what I had to do. I had to stop doing my part, because he had learned my part, and started doing another part that complemented my original part. You know, it's things like that that most of us as musicians kind of don't think about. But, you know, as you become a better musician, you have to think about those things. Because here's another interesting story. And it's actually yesterday. Somebody sent me a comment. I did a cover of Evelyn Champagne King's Shame. And I was playing the main chord part, and in between I was adding my own stamp, my own feels, and improvising. And they emailed me and said, what are the feels in between? You know, I'm having a hard time picking it up. I said, don't, because that's my stamp. What you want to do is put your stamp on it. You know, because again, you kind of add between the lines, you know, and what you add between the lines should be yours and not somebody's other part that you just mimicked. You know, there's nothing wrong with that initially, because it takes time to build feel. But you don't want to be a Mockingbird, you know, just doing what someone else did almost verbatim. You know, so it's little things like that you start to pick up as a musician. Little things that you know, as far as I'm going to add a little bit of this and not be heavy on this. And it works, instead of I come in pouncing and it's just disrupting everything in the mix. You know, so I'm going to sign off now, but, you know, I'm going to continuously do videos like this that's going to help, you know, the up-and-coming musician, you know, become a better musician. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. And check out my new channel and subscribe.